Welcome to the BlackBald Podcast, where we tackle the topics that matter most. I'm black, he's bald, and we are BlackBald, baby. Let's get it.
Welcome, man. Welcome. We took a little slight hiatus. Been busy with everything, man. Busy with the seasons and all that fun stuff. So this week, we're going to be talking about something fun, something that we haven't really dove into, which is relationships. We got questions. These are questions that we've heard from, just over the years, and we want to answer it. We want to answer it from a guy's perspective and see how, just get you in-depth, openness to the mind of men. Bald black men. More. All right, man. So first question.
Yeah.
First question. This question is pretty simple, right? What's the first thing you notice about a woman besides their looks? So I'll let you answer first, and I'll dive in also.
First thing you notice about a woman besides looks. Okay. Besides looks, I'm going to say her vibe, her attitude, not since it's not looks per se, but you could kind of tell when the chick got the resting bitch face that you know what I mean? Like you could just tell she got an attitude, or maybe she's having a bad day, but usually that's just who you are. So the vibe, does she look pleasant, at least approachable from that standpoint? She like to have a good time, or she got the gift. That's the first thing I'll notice. Besides looks, obviously, first thing you're gonna notice, damn, she got some big
man. And that's a hard question, because we are as men very visual. But I feel like outside of looks, for me, the first thing you notice is, I'm not gonna lie, it's hard as men to not look at looks. And if you are a man saying that, I can read her aura and her energy, and no, you can't. There's two things you're looking at as a man, right? You're looking at either she got ass on her or she got, a nice set on top of her, right? And I hate to say it that way, but that is our innate men senses, right? Now, if you were to say a second to looks, what is the first thing that you notice or you pay attention to? Then yeah, you can say okay, maybe what she's wearing, but it still goes back to looks, So I think that's a question. I would actually like to rephrase the question, and we're going to twist this. We don't normally do this, but we're going to twist it. Rather than it being, what is the first thing you notice about a woman? Outside of look, what stands out about a woman? I'd rather the question be that, right? What stands out about a woman outside of looks? Then I would say we're going into a personality, right? I think off the jump, something that stands out to me personally, if I now, mind you, this is years ago. We're not talking about now. Years ago, okay? just to clarify. But the first thing that stands out to me, man, is just personality, her vibe, right? If we can hold a conversation and there is some back and forth conversation, she's well-spoken, well-mannered, that goes a long way, right? Being able to laugh and have a conversation, being able to carry yourself, that goes a long way. So I think second to looks, right? It is, can you speak? Are you educated? Can you articulate yourself? Can you talk? Right? Are things funny? Can you make jokes? Do you have a sense of humor? Those are things that stand out to me more so than everything else. And once again, we're talking years ago, not now, years ago, just to clarify. Now, what about for you?
Of course. All same, bro. And that, like I said, that goes hand in hand with the vibes thing. Like I said, how is your personality? Yes, I'm gonna say your aura, are you a bubbly personality? Are you lively? Do you have a sense of humor about you? Or are you stuck up? Or are you standoffish or apprehensive type of chick? You know what I mean? You can, are you shy? You laying back in the cuts type of girl. So all those things, and I'm I like the sense of humor, bubbly, that type of thing. That's what I would like to see. What else? Yeah, we're not talking about looks. Then yeah, that's it. Now, if we want to talk about some looks, we can. This is our podcast, we want to talk about looks. First thing besides body wise, but a nice smile. You know what I'm saying? Something. She got a nice smile. Eyes, cheekbones. I'm sorry. All right, we had some audio technical issues, so we've address the issues, and now we're blackball, baby.
I can hear you better too, for sure.
That good.
All right, man. Anything else you want to add on that? I mean, outside of looks.
Outside of looks, I mean, what is it? It's an interesting question. Like, I don't know, I can hear her heartbeat. Like, man, I don't know. Like,
and these are the questions that, women, ask. And so this is why. So, and that's something right there. You just kind of brought up a point. You see how our men mind went to like, what's something smart I want to say to this question, right? I don't know. I can hear her heartbeat. I can hear her pulse. I can hear the wind beneath her hair. Like, I don't know. Like, but no, it makes sense. All right, next question. All right, next question right here. This is
hold on.
Go ahead.
I did think of something. Her voice, because some girls be having an annoying ass voice. That is noticeable. So her voice for sure. She got a nice voice. That's something.
Okay, I can dig that. Next question. Right. Do men really think about sex as often as people say?
Oh, it's such an offensive question, man. Like, no. I mean, of course not. Like, we think about, oral sex, like just sex. Golly, like, man, that's so disrespectful. But I mean, this is one of those. Okay, depending on where you're at, what stage you're at in life, right? Nowadays, we're in our mid-30s. We're about business. I'm really not thinking about sex, and we're men, but I'm not thinking about sex like that. Really, not like 20-year-old. Or 16-year-old, or like pretty much all those years is like sex is probably a top 2 motivational factor. Yeah. So it just depends on where you at. I mean, and hey, some men, who knows? I can only speak for myself. I mean, some because I definitely, man, I be at the gym. I be seeing these old heads. And I'll be catching them. I'll be over, what I'm saying? I'll be catching them staring at females like dog. Like, don't make it that obvious. So,
I think it goes back to kind of what I was saying earlier too. Like, men naturally we're visual, right? Like, so of course we are aware of it. Like, any man that says they don't see, a beautiful or thick or whatever woman walking by is a liar. And he's a liar, like visually, once again, that is our first thing that we see. Right. And so ideally, do we think about sex every day? No, but we're not fools, right? If I see an attractive woman, I'm like, okay, she's attractive. Right. But that doesn't mean I think about it every single day. Right. Especially like you said, like as we've gotten older, like there's other motivating factors. You have businesses, you have finances, you have health, you have family, you have a lot of different dynamics that take up your time mentally, right? But yeah, when you're younger, 16, in your teens, 20s, oh yeah, like you're like, sex, where can I find sex? Where's the next sex? Like, let's go to the sex. Everything is sex, right? Whereas now, man, when am I gonna eat sex? Whereas now, man, it's really like, okay, like you're trying to build wealth, you're trying to stack bread, you're trying to be healthier. And so the focus is definitely different. So definitely agree with you. Depending on where men are in their life, dictates certain things, right? And I think there's 2 different types of men. Most men that aren't doing anything, right? If that's what they have to offer, that's what they're going to have to offer. They're going to have sex to offer. And there are other men that are millionaires, doing well, billionaires, that like they have businesses and finances to offer. So women, ladies, pick one. And this is going to be this is going to cause a lot of issues. But most women will pick the guy that can give them the best sex. And then they're frustrated because he's not doing anything with his life. And he can't pay bills. And he can't show up. He can't hold his own. Whereas you have the other men who may not be as interested, who are focused on business and things like that, that women don't really give the right time to. Right? So women, red pill or blue pill, pick one. Right. And, so sex or money, your call.
I don't know. I think most women about that check. I mean, have you seen Bill Belichick's girlfriend?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't seen Bill Belichick? Bill Belichick got his girl like 24 or something ridiculous.
They were roasting him about that. Yeah, I did see that.
She's not with him for I mean,
that's very true. She's smart. She's ahead.
I think most girls about that bag.
All right. Next question. What's a secret turn on that most women don't know about from men?
Secret turn on that most women don't know about. I don't know that most women don't know about it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say like it's probably a bigger thing than women probably realize, and it's them feets.
Elaborate. Them feets.
Them feet. No, I like feet, man. Nice feet, pedicure toes. Like it's a thing. It's a thing. You know, about them girl got nice feet, man. It's a turn on.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. You know, something that most men don't talk about too as well is a woman's back. You know, a woman that is in shape, works out, has a nice back. Because I mean, when summer is out, you don't want to be in a hoodie, or as a woman, or you want to make sure you're in a sundress or something, right? So another turn on a woman's body is her back, right? Like, yeah, definitely. You know, that's something that definitely stands out. You know, so ladies, as they say, you know, what they call it, de-big your back. Go ahead and knock out them pull-ups, them rows, you know, them lat raises, you know, and show a little bit of skin in the summertime. And I promise you're going to bag that dude. You're going to bag the man. You're going to bag him. You got some more you want to add to that?
Man, two good ones. I think another one, I mean, I don't know if it's a secret, but you know, a nice stomach, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, or either gender is a turn on. You know, you see a nice, you know, you see a nice 6-pack, 4-pack, whatever, packed up. Like, damn, you know. So nice stomach, but yeah, them toes though, yeah.
you and these damn toes.
It's real. It's real.
I mean, that's true though. Like, that's not something that's even visual. So most women won't even know about that. Even too as well, like, you know, back, right? I think off the jump, everyone's like, it has to be ass, it has to be titties. No, don't. You know what I mean? Like, so that's different, you know? So that's a new one that if anyone's watching this podcast, there you go. You got some new ones to make sure your toes is right. Make sure your back is looking good too.
Fact.
All right. Next one. How do you feel about women that make the first move?
How do I feel about women that make the first move? Love it. I'll be honest, most of my life, women have made the first move, and thank you, because this makes life easy. Like, you know, it's, you know, you won already. You know, you ain't got to do all this extra work. Like, that's part of the issue with quote unquote dating or whatever it is, right? It's like people are afraid of rejection, don't want to be, you know, don't want to put themselves out there. And so, as a man, you know, you put yourself out there, and you know, you're gonna get a bunch of no's or whatever the case may be. So when a chick comes to you first, it's like cool, especially, you know, if she's, you know, she got them toes, and and the aura is right, you know, then yeah. Aura.
So I like
the confidence, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I agree. I mean, I think there is a group of women that want men to make the first move, but to be a woman that can actually make the first move is it's a turn on for a guy, right? And if you can do that respectfully, to not know, you know, you just come starting to grab a nigga muscles and chest and violating people. No, like, you come at it respectfully. That goes a long way, right? Now, advising women on how to approach a man, give him a compliment. Don't just, you know, go salivating because he looks like the guy that played Mufasa, right? And all that broke the internet. What's his name? Aaron. I forgot his name, right? The guy that plays Mufasa in The Lion King that the women love right now. But if you were, I'm going to find his name real quick. Aaron Pierre, right? That's the guy that was on Jennifer Hudson's like walkthrough, and she had to shut down her comments because women were posting inappropriate stuff. But if you were to see Aaron Pierre inside the club and you were a woman like him, you not go over there and grab his biceps and say, nah, that's not attractive. As a woman, give him a compliment, right? Compliments go a long way, respectfully, right? But you don't treat him like an object. Ideally, if you're a woman and you want to, let's just say, make the first move because a guy is shy or he's not making the move that you want to make, then just, you know, approach him. Start a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do? Right? Are you into business? And then just have that conversation. It goes back to the kind of what I was saying earlier, right? Like, if you can have a conversation, that is a attractive trait. But what you definitely don't want to do is you don't want to be aggressive. You don't want to grab him by the arms and all this other stuff, because that's the easy way to, you know, turn the guy off. He'll walk away in a heartbeat. And if you're in the wrong neighborhood, he might hit you. So don't don't like, Oakland, no, don't do it. Don't do it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. You got anything else to add?
Yeah, no, I like it. But like you said, like, don't be extra. Like, don't be, it can be one of those, oh, she just, am I drunk, and that type of, that type of vibe, because you just, you just loose because you drunk. Like, nah, it gotta be like, you're just a confident woman that, steps appropriately, and you can't be overly like aggressive, because you don't want that. Like, we don't want you to be a man. You know what I mean? You can't be all masculine with it and shit. Like, so like, that's how you gotta find that happy medium when you're approaching a man. When you step to us, ladies, better come correct.
All right, we got our next question right here. So what is the biggest misconception women have about men and relationships? I got one. Easy.
Biggest misconception women have about men and relationships. You go ahead. You started off, bro. I don't know if you got one.
I think, and this might resonate more to us being men, being Black, but that we don't have emotions, right? I think that's a huge thing. And there's a stigma around men cannot show emotions. They cannot show frustrations. They cannot be vulnerable. And I think most women going into relationships feel like, okay, I need my protector. I need my rock. I need my strength. And there is going to be a time where, as a man, we're going to need that emotional support. We're going to need you to be the rock. We're going to need you to be the tough one. You know what I mean? And I think there is a misconception of that, of like, as men, we always need to be tough. We can't show emotion. Whereas the truth is, like, it's tough. You know what I mean? And you want to be able to show emotions. You want to be able to show, feelings. And I'm not saying like you're going to be crying every single day, but like, sometimes when you got to go out there and you got to be tough and you got to, walk around with your chest up and, be confident in everything, whether you feel confident or not, coming back in, you're very taxed. And so I think a misconception out there is that men don't have emotions. They can't show emotions. And I think if more women understand that, okay, like, I'm here to support you. I'm here to be mentally your rock, and I'm here to support you and be your backbone however I can. That will go a long way. Preach.
I see you, brother. I
Preach.
see you. Yeah.
I want for that. I'm like, that's
yeah. I mean, since you tackled that one, I mean, I'll go back to the that first or that second question, whatever it was. I think a big misconception is that all we think about is sex. Y'all just want me for sex. And I mean, yeah, but but for real, we don't just want sex. I mean, sex can only do so much in a relationship, right? Like, as a man, like you said, you need that. You want your woman to, hold you down, bring that feminine energy, that support, that love, that friendship, that connection, peace. At the end of the day, that's number one, man. At the end of the day, number one, like, over sex, over all of it, a man want peace, man. You want to. You go out into the world, and especially, like you said, as Black men, out in the world, and you are seen as a predator off the rip, and you just navigating through life. And when you come home, you don't want to be bombarded with whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop. You want to just give me the peace that I don't get from the police. You know what I'm saying? So just peace. And so yeah, I think that's a big misconception that it's just sex or woo woo woo. Like, nah, sex can only do so much. There's got to be a foundation of a friendship, support, and all that good stuff from a partner.
I agree. And you talking about me, man? Okay. Preach.
Hey, a little something.
No,
okay.
I mean, I think you got one? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. So question, here's a question.
Did you skip one? You skipped that one, or
I did.
Going back to it?
Okay. What number?
The bedroom.
Read it.
What's something you wish women would do more in the bedroom?
Okay. And this is tough because, once again, yes, this is our podcast and we got to be respectful and stuff like that too. I'm just speaking for myself. I've never really cared too much I feel like a real man. Let me just say this. A real man doesn't care what his woman does because he's just trying to please and satisfy her in the bedroom. That's just me. This is me. I'm talking about me. So I don't necessarily care because I am there to 100% please and satisfy and make sure that my woman is taken care of and satisfied. That's just me personally. Now, if you're like, pull something out of the hat, Carl, is just one thing, I don't got, like, I really don't have one. I really don't, because this is how, and I'm kind of going from, and we've talked about this before, going from like high school, college, just my years of it. Like, I've never been one of like, I'm going to let the woman dictate the pace, to let the woman dictate. I don't want to say that. I want to say pace, because pace isn't the right word, but like, I'm here to please 100%. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to, I don't know. It's kind of, it's a weird topic to talk about, but it's just like, that's just how I am. I'm always about like satisfying first. And it's not really what the woman does. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to make sure that I satisfy. I'm going to make sure that I make sure it's enjoyable. You know what I mean? As much as possible. So I'll come back to that. If I can think about something as you're answering yours, I'll definitely come back to that. What about you?
Okay. I'm going to say this is not something that I've dealt with a lot per se, but I think a lot of men do have this complaint. And it's that I think, especially once you get out of the dating phase and you go into like, oh, we married, or, we committed, then all of a sudden these women feel like, oh, I'm too good to put that dick in my mouth. And they're like, no, you're not.
I've heard about instances like that, though. I see what you mean. Like, yeah.
I've dealt with it personally, but I would say, ladies, like, no, you're not. Because someone's going to do it. As if you don't do it. So bet, trust. So get off your high horse and, and don't forget about them balls. So yeah, if I'm just being real, yeah, I think that would be the thing. But I agree with you about satisfying one. But once again, like you said before, I have emotions, I have needs. It's all about just satisfying her. I'm here too. So I think there needs to be some reciprocal energy. Please, I'm pleasing you. Please me as well. That's
Yeah, bro. Like, and as I said, like, and obviously, there's always factors, right? Life and work and family, and like, you just sometimes people may not be on the same wavelength, right? I'm sure there's people that work 9 to 5s, there's people that commute and stuff like that, and then most times you just want to be like, I just want to just sit down and I want to kick my feet up, and so, but let me try to see what are some of the typical complaints that men give. I would say a typical complaint is women that don't do anything during sex, or they just lay there. That's a typical complaint, right, from guys. Another complaint is, and I've heard this before too, moaning too loud. That's another complaint too, like where it's like, come on, like I'm not that big. I've heard that before.
You're doing the most.
He's doing the most, huh? Like, I'm just. What's another one? I mean, that one you talked about too as well. Like, there's just some women that don't give head, and then vice versa. I'm sure like there's men that are like, nah, I'm not doing that too. But like, those are like the top ones that I've heard of. Same thing. Like, I don't necessarily deal with that, but those are the top ones that I've definitely heard of that most men complain about. There's a question to kind of piggyback off that too, right? There's this notion, because I've heard, actually, I remember hearing my cousins talk about this at a point of like, what kind of lingerie should they get and stuff like that. And once again, a few of us guy cousins were like, man, don't give a damn about no damn lingerie.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about that shit.
Like, and mind you, it is an amazing gesture, but it's like, we're going to get that off as fast as possible at the end of the day. And it's just one of those, like, it's nice to look at, but like, I don't think it makes or breaks it. When it comes to if a man finds you attractive or doesn't find you attractive, so what's your thoughts on that?
What I will say is, if you're putting in that type of thought and effort to like, oh, let me, wear sunsets and put a trench coat on, something, just, doing something, that type of thing to switch it up for your man, that effort, it's the effort that thought, that's a turn on. That's sexy. That's, to be back, I wish something you wish women would do more in the bedroom. That's, just put in some effort, right? Don't be that dead fish. Like, you put in some effort, you're thinking about your lingerie, even though we really don't care, but still that thought. You wear your little whatever secretary or a French maid outfit, whatever. You get like the little foreplay going. That's that's cool. That to put that effort in that from that perspective. So yeah. But yeah, as a man, we don't give a damn. We don't give a damn really about lingerie per se. I don't. I know the dudes out there that let me go to Victoria's Secret with you and waste my afternoon. Like, nah, none of that.
Let's see. I want to see the next one. Go ahead.
I'm curious, ladies in the comments. I'm curious what your thoughts are, because I'm sure maybe we're barbarians, and you're like, oh, I want a man to care about my lingerie, and we're just insensitive. So let me know. Let us know.
No, very true. Very true. Next question we have is it true that men lose interest if the chase is too easy?
Is it true that men lose interest if the chase is too easy? I mean, once again, I think there's no one size fits all. There's not one, all men are the same type of thing. I'm sure there's men out there who like, quote unquote, want a chase. But honestly, I don't play that. If you just, making me chase just to chase, playing games type of nonsense. Like, nah, we grown, man. Do you want it or not? Like you make that move, like we're not doing this. Oh, make him wait 90 days, like he on probation before he gets some pussy or something. Like, nah, bro.
Meanwhile, you're on Instagram posting everything for the world to see.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't date in today's society. I could not. Like, could you imagine? Okay, this is a scenario. You have someone that you're dating, and she's like, I don't give it up until 90 days, but you see her on the ground posting everything and anything.
No,
I'd be like, I can do it. I can do it. Like, it's so what you're telling me is you're going to show the whole entire world everything and I can't see anything? No, can do it. And I'm sure it's confusing. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. That shit is confusing. That's
the world now, right?
I'm like, are you crazy? Because this is what I see you on the phone right now. This is you. You just took an ass pic right here that you just posted 20 minutes ago. And you in sweats next to me? Absolutely not. Get out. Get out.
It's like that Dave Chappelle said back in the day, right? Like, just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a whore. Like, no, yes it does. Yeah, you're on the gram shaking it. Like, don't make me chase. Like, nah, I'm not gonna chase. Oh yeah, not I. Like, what's the? I think it's from Coming to America or something, but it's like girls that play hard to get don't get got. So you chase all you want.
There's another woman that's out there that knows what she wants, not playing any games, and she'll swoop right in if you keep playing this chase game.
Yeah, it's like, okay, back to the original question: is it true that men lose interest if the chase is too easy? It's not about the chase being too easy. It's okay, chase is easy. Do you have personality? Do you have some? Are you cool? Do you have qualities that make a nigga not want to lose interest? Like, or is all you have to offer in between your legs? Because then, yeah, that's what's gonna lose interest. You ain't got nothing else. That's what it is. So
I like it. All right, next one. Do men prefer confidence or mystery when it comes to women?
Confidence.
Easy. I saw you hesitate first. I'm like, what? Confidence.
I had to read the question real quick. No, confidence. Yeah, straight up. Yeah. Confidence. Like, confidence, because bump on that mystery. Like a confident woman is not going to, once again, not doing the chasing things and all that low self-esteem crap, that jealousy and all the low self-esteem traits that who is you? Who did you see? All that. Like, so, nah, you get confidence is the best, the sexiest. Like, as a woman, like, if you got low self-esteem, you gotta fix that. Just do something. Get in the gym, boost your confidence, boost your self-esteem, because no man wants to deal with that.
Now, to add on to that, right? Do you feel like it's each other's responsibility, a man to a woman to a man, to make sure that they are confident?
No, that's your responsibility for you to be confident. Before a man's even in the picture, you should be confident. And that you can't be, I'm here, low self-esteem, no confidence, and then I'm supposed to come in here and be your savior and fix your shit. Like, nah, like it's you that usually doesn't work.
I got you.
Like, I don't think it works. Is there cases out there? I'm sure. But for the most part, I'm sure if you have low self-esteem, yeah, I mean, we've been there. All men, I think, have been there. You deal with this low self-esteem chick, and you can tell her she's the baddest. You can just you pouring your soul to this woman, and she's still like fucking on the side, like, oh God, like, okay, just go home. What?
Oh my goodness.
No, mental issues.
No, bro, you said it. I don't got anything to add to that. Like confidence, you know what I mean? Confidence is everything. And yeah, I mean, being confident, both men and also women, that goes a long way. Just like, women wouldn't want to, who you texting, why you always out? Like they wouldn't want that, So confidence goes a long way in that regards. And it is a trait that stands out amongst strong individuals. So yeah, man. Bro, that's all I got. I know it's a shorter one, but I wanted to try to get a feel for us talking mainly relationships, because we're around that a lot. We're around questions about relationship. I got a lot of female cousins, and all they talk about is relationship. So I'm like, well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And I actually love being the person that's on the sidebar of the conversation. That's just like, nah, that doesn't make sense. Have you thought about this? Right from a guy perspective. So I'm like, let's talk about that. So appreciate you for indulging me on those conversations. So, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, if we get more viewership on it, we might stick to this and just do relationship stuff. So we'll see.
I like it. I like it a lot. Further ado, I'm Black.
I'm Bald.
And we are BlackBald.